February 8th, 2026 is the day we say goodbye to one of the most beloved series in all of Japanese media, Super Sentai. And with the franchise going on a hiatus for an undisclosed amount of time, Toei decided to pivot their budget towards a new IP called Project Red. And no, it's not the same as CD Projekt Red, who made The Witcher and Cyberpunk. Project Red is a new installment that took Super Sentai TV slot, and the way they introduced said franchise is by bringing back an old IP of theirs, Gavan. On February 15th, 2026, the new show Gavan Infinity was born. I actually loved the first couple of episodes when they immediately introduced the other Gavan in the series. But there are times where some episodes felt like a filler episode instead of exploring the backstories of said characters. And it doesn't help when they introduced the new Gavan, Gavan Raya, which means we didn't get enough time to explore other matters, which resulted to a lot of good plot being rushed, such as Koto transforming into Gavan Luminous, where Kiki lost her memories but then she regained them on the very next episode. I absolutely adore the way they do the final 3 episodes because it feels like Avengers Endgame, but it would have been grander if it's a full year season. Yeah, you heard me right. Oh my god, this is awful. I can't see the screen. Yeah, you heard me right. Gavan Infinity only ran for 23 episodes instead of a full year like Sentai or Kamen Rider, who have 49 to 50 episodes each. But it is understandable. They didn't want to spend too much of their budget on a new IP. So the show ends with Death Gavan being taken out by Space Cthulhu. I'm not going to say its actual name because it's hard to pronounce. Reiji, our protagonist, became a rebel and ran away from home to try and find where those two go. He even threw away the Gavarian trigger, which makes me angry because I ordered a Gavarian trigger since March and it got delayed because they didn't manage to get the version that I want, and then it got delayed once again because they put me onto a different batch, and then because of our stupid government it got delayed again, and until this very saying I received my Gavarian trigger for Are we good? Okay, enough of that intro. Let's get into my first impression on OmegaHorn, episode 1. I think I went a little overboard on that one.
重刑事ギャバンインフィニティ
俺はシャウト炎のシャウト
Pumping up Sulfur关谁我心难为准备抓心里 Who we are TNT Tell me I got what you need TNT 带破镜的几个 hit TNT 钞票结构摆动 bound What you need I'm about to TNT TNT
The episode starts with our protagonist, Shout, doing a parkour Uncharted style. We then see our first look at the new collectibles being Egor Gear. It looks the same to Emor Gear, which is another example of how these two shows connected. We'll get to this later. After that, we see him selling set item because he's a treasure hunter, not a fighter. From there, we see a battle of Egor Gear users, which is pretty cool. And at this moment, we can tell that Project Red is not always going to be a Henshin hero season. And again, we'll get to this later. The rules of the battle is simple. They who lost would lose their Egor Gear immediately by force to the victor. The girl fought using a grey sword. Oh my god, this is Monster Hunter after all.
And I are gonna say it together. We're both excited for
Monster Hunter Wilds!
And she won with ease. Fast forward, Shout meets Enkaku. They form a pact a la Naruto and Kurama, and then Enkaku becomes a hot lad. I genuinely adore the dynamic between these two, where Shout is the serious lone wolf, whereas Enkaku is the fun, hyperactive one. We then get back to the town where Shout got challenged by Eiru and Airu, the twins. Oh my god, this is like Pokemon. Where they summon their monsters Gokaku, who Joe really loves, as you can see from the reaction on Keza's channel.
Oh my god, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Let's get it!
Bro, Gokaku's one of the team! Oh my god!
Also, I edit these videos. It would be really appreciated if you guys leave a like and show your love towards these beautiful people. Anyway, we see Shout transforming and it's pretty cool actually. What's funny is that he decided to fight Gokaku himself, which is a huge mistake.
Did he just fart?
Oh, okay.
He just farted!
Just like in Monster Hunter!
Oh god, that is true.
He then used the Ego Gear to transform human Enkaku into monster Enkaku, and again, the transformation is so incredible. This is another moment to cement the idea that Project Red is not always going to be about ancient heroes, because now we're getting kaiju fight, which is why I absolutely adore this season. I'm a sucker for good monster choreography fights. It feeds my inner child where I imagine my toys fighting each other with grand. Anyway, they won with the power of 𝚑𝚘𝚘 laser. If you know that, you're old. And they gave back the Ego Gear to the twins. Also, forgot to mention, we got introduced to the main baddies, and surprisingly, one of them is an active professional wrestler. That's cool. Oh yeah, and Reggie is here too. I think it's safe to assume that Reggie is going undercover instead of actually going to the dark side in order to find the truth behind the Space Cthulhu. And the episode ends with Shout and Enkaku running towards what's left of possibly Reggie's ship. There are some theorists saying that Shout is this world's Gavan, but I'd beg to differ. The idea of Project Red is that not all protagonists would be from the same origin or IP. Some of them might borrow an older IP like Gavan, and maybe we'll see other metal heroes being adapted into a newer version. But as far as I know, Captain OmegaHorn is an entirely new idea. Reggie being one of the needle movers in this series is such a nice touch because it brings the audience from Gavan Infinity who can't have enough of Reggie, while also promoting the Gavan Infinity spin-off that's going to air soon, since they're also bringing both Kiki and Setsuna in the next episode. It's nice that they're experimenting yet again with this season not being a ancient hero, and the fact that the toys of OmegaHorn are compatible with the toys of Gavan Infinity is such a nice decision. So now we got a Venn diagram of people who like the toys of Gavan Infinity, the people who like OmegaHorn's toys, and in the middle we got a new market of people who like to combine things, especially from the two seasons. The Gavan Infinity mecha can be mounted onto the monster, especially Enkaku, and the Emo Gear can be detected by the Morpher and the Awakening device itself. Both shows using the same gimmick probably saved them some money, which I highly respect. For now, that's my first impression of OmegaHorn. It is definitely something fresh, and I love how they decided to make it a kaiju show. I mean, look at Enkaku sitting on all four like a puppy. It's so adorable. While the human form, I'll let him pin me. Damn, who said that? I cannot wait for the next episode. It's for sure not a Gavan. It is for sure not a Super Sentai. It is Pokemon and Monster Hunters combined. Behold, Kakusei Hunter OmegaHorn.